Howdy folks, we are back with a part 2 of the behind the scenes, the lost tape series. There's a good chance that this might be the last part of the lost tapes, only because there's not as much footage as I thought there was going to be. I was thinking about doing 3 parts, but I think what I'm going to do is just combine the 2 that I have, so we shall see. I guess you'll find out as this video goes on. So this is got to be a little bit later from when part 1 came out. This is probably around February of last year of 2024 is when I started this. And so let's get into it, and I might come back and explain what happened or what was going on.
Lisa do eye patch.
Hey, welcome back. We're in the car. We just dropped Ellie off to school. Let's do a little behind the scenes day in the life of the real estate shark. We're headed back to HQ.
Don't freaking not have to deal with the headache, because the software update deals with the navigation, the phone.
Well, I took a quick, this is gonna be awkward, took a quick break to use the facilities here in HQ, and while I was in there, we randomly lost power. So we're about to call Comcast and see what's up. Perfect. Yep, currently waiting for Comcast or ComEd to tell us what is going on. Sweet. Just got off the phone with Comcast. They're aware of the issue. They don't know what caused the issue. I have a strong feeling that it is road construction and they probably hit something. They're saying it could be, it's currently 10:30. They're saying it could be 12:30, could be less, could be more. They don't know. So now we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do in that time, because most of what we needed was on the computer and it's not working. Okay, thank you. We're gonna start this again because yesterday kind of went off the rails. We did have a productive day, but we did not productively film. So we are back in HQ. We have a lot of work to get done, not necessarily any in-person meetings. We do have a conference call coming up here shortly. Yesterday, we were able to update the website, so that's pretty sweet. I'll have to announce that or post it or whatever, but that was cool. Now we just got a bunch of office work to do. We got some follow-up to do, some prospecting to do, some marketing to do. Got to do some voiceover on a couple of videos, plan out some content still, and get ready for a couple meetings Friday and this weekend. So we're gonna get back to this. Sort of a behind the scenes day in the life of the real estate shark vlog again. Thanks.
Probably about 4.5, 5 minutes from the 5K mark right now. Everything's just gonna be going really, really smooth.
We had some lunch. Sam ordered us some banchan, probably pronounced that wrong, from Tinley Park. It's a Korean fried chicken. Got some footage for Community Heartbeat. Right now we are exporting a little teaser for a new Lennox Cars and Coffee video that Show Photography put together for us. Yeah, it's been a really productive day so far.
All right, so as you can see there, not much happened in that episode. I started filming and then forgot or just didn't do it because I am like the worst vlogger, influencer ever. I don't always set up a camera when I start to do stuff. So we had lost power and then picked up the next day, and it was a big kind of office push day. That last clip was a planning session that I had with one of my top go-to lenders, JV Romanelli with the Anderson team. If I remember correctly, we were planning out some content. We had put together a really sweet video just regarding kind of working with us, and there was a cool little like pun that we did at a park. So you should check that video out, and we are way overdue for another video. So JV, if you're watching this, we need to plan something for the next video. So let's get into the next portion of this video. This is footage when I switched over to the Osmo. We started filming, and then this stuff, I guess, just got lost, and then I picked up with a new episode altogether. So let's get into that. I think I'll interject here and kind of let you know what was going on, and then we'll wrap this puppy up. Good morning and happy Saturday. This is going to be the first vlog with the new camera. We'll see how this goes. We are on our way to 2 showings this morning. Again, we can't film inside. We'll let you know how it goes. And then we have Fall Fest at the girls' school. So why do I keep saying that we can't film while in the house? That is because the only person that is allowed is the listing agent. They have an agreement with the seller to sell the property, and we are just there to show it. So technically myself and the buyer are not able to take any photo or video inside the property unless we have written permission from the listing agent and or seller. That's why. All right, so this next part is sort of like a pre-marketing video that I was working on. So I had a seller in Manhattan who wasn't quite ready to sell their property, and when we initially thought that they would be ready, would probably be later in the year, and the outside wouldn't be looking as nice. So what we ended up doing was my photographer and myself came by in the springtime or whenever this video was initially recorded, and we did just the outside. So he did the professional photos of the front and the back, and then got some video for himself to use for the kind of property walkthrough video that I always do. And then I also brought my camera just to get some supplemental social media marketing, just to kind of have, you know, another video or some other footage to use. So this was a property that we did eventually sell in Manhattan. We ended up doing it a little sooner than expected, which worked out. We ended up having multiple offers and did sell above list price. It was pretty painless of a process, which was great. Very happy for my sellers. All right, let's get into the rest of the video.
It's a lot of meat, 4 pounds, baby.
So a lot has happened since I first started filming this vlog on Saturday. We had the showings in the morning, then the girls had Fall Fest at school, so we went to that and did a trunk or treat, which was a huge hit. I'll throw in a couple clips, but Sam decorated the van. It was awesome. People loved it. Then Sunday, we were supposed to work on the office cabinets. That got a little detoured, no big deal. And then I had an offer that we worked on from Saturday. Fast forward to the evening, we got word that they verbally accepted, or they countered us slightly. We took it. We got the clients a really good deal and some credits back, which was wonderful. Fast forward now to Monday. We had a photo shoot for an upcoming listing in Manhattan. Got the paperwork executed for that. Now I'm cooking dinner, and that's where we're at. Okay, this next portion is a little bit of a family event. So we have a lady that we've been using for family photos. Sam, I think Sam or my sister found her, and she's been great. I actually used her for my first client event that I ever did last year. So this was a little mini session that she had at a farm. I am losing, I think it's in Moni. I can't think of the name of the farm, but this was just a little behind the scenes of this family shoot that we did. And it was a really fun, cool experience. I was just kind of testing out the camera because at this time I had just got this camera not too long ago. So I was kind of playing around with it and also wanted to capture some family moments. So I don't have everything in here. I wanted to show you just a few clips from that.
Now what other people are doing?
Where's the smile?
Sit like a princess, like flip straight. There you go. Yeah. There you go. There you go. Scooch in tight towards your brother. Okay. Emery, can you scoot up a little bit, sweetie? Bear. Hey. Hey, Bear. What are you doing?
Yeah. I think we are going to wrap this up, but I do want to go back a few scenes and sort of just give you some context, because around this time was one of the kind of wildest transactions that I've had or been a part of. So going back to that clip where there was that waterfall or that kind of like little pond with houses in the back. So across the street was a house that I was showing, and we affectionately called it the tape house. And the reason for that was, and I'm not trying to knock the previous seller, I mean, things happen in life and I'm not here to judge, but sometimes it helps to kind of give a house a nickname when you see a few, just to, you know, kind of remember what you saw, what you liked and didn't like. So we had called this the tape house, and the reason for it was there was tape everywhere, different sorts of tape, but that was kind of their go-to fix for things, holes, patches, just, you know, covering things up, things that were cracked. So we had called this the tape house, and when we got done with the showing, I did not think that my clients wanted to go at that house because it needed a little bit more work than what they wanted to do. We knew at the time that there was some issues with the deck. The roof looked older. There was some paint and flooring and things like that. The downstairs bathroom didn't work. So I didn't think we were gonna go forward with that property. There was one other one that I think I was leaning that I thought they were gonna go with. And I get a call later that day that they did in fact want to move forward with the tape house. So we had pulled numbers. It was still a pretty active, this has to be maybe around May or so of 24. So it's still a pretty active market, and they had just listed this property. It sounded like there was gonna be multiple offers on it, even with some of the work that needed to be done. So after running the numbers and also just sort of knowing what the property would need, I just told the clients that, like, hey, I don't think even offering list price makes sense, to be honest. And they were relieved to hear that because they agreed with me. So we ended up throwing in an offer that was under list price, and they needed some closing credits. They were really great buyers, but needed a little bit of closing credits. So we ended up asking for closing credits, and we offered under list price. I think between the communication, the strong kind of offer package, roping in the lender, you know, talking with the agent, we ended up getting the property. It was awesome. Very happy for my clients. Now we're in the deal, and we end up doing the home inspection, and we discover sort of more issues than expected. The roof has some kind of shoddy patches and needed to be replaced like almost immediately. Not later in the future, but almost before winter. And the deck was beyond repair. You basically needed to tear it down and start over. We also found some things in the lawn and just some other issues in the property. So I had told the agent, I said, look, we understood what we were getting into, but this is a little bit more than what the buyer was looking to do. That we are willing to stay in the deal, but we need to sort of relook at the terms. Otherwise, hey, we're out, and we get it if the seller can't. I think, again, they wanted to work with us. The seller was in a bit of a situation, so it took a little bit of time. Honestly, it took like a week to sort of get any sort of figuring it out. We almost walked away, and I think the seller almost walked away, but we ended up making it work. We were able to reduce the price further and work out the numbers to where it worked for the seller. Not ideal, but it worked for them without having to go back on the market and potentially deal with worse, and it ended up working out for my guys. That's a long-winded story for this vlog, but I just wanted to give you a kind of an update on that, because this was a wild story, and I feel like not every agent is the same. I feel like some would have just let it go and been done, but I really wanted to. My clients were in it as long as the numbers worked, and that is one of my favorite things to do, is the negotiating part of all this, and also making sure that both sides are happy and my clients are taken care of at the end of the day. So I hope you enjoyed this lost tape series. I'm hoping to not have to do a part 3. This is all the footage that I at least found or have at the moment. After this, we can pick back up with the regular behind the scenes series. We're going to be going on to season 2. I don't know if I made it fully better yet, but we've committed now. I think I am 2 episodes behind already on season 2, or 2 that I have in the vault that needs to be edited, and we'll pick up. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you like more of this kind of storytelling on the deals, or kind of what's going on, let me know. I would love to hear it, and I can definitely do a little bit more of that if you guys like it. So please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what's working for you. I'll catch you in the next one.